Today we're going to be diving into some LEGO sets that are retiring here at the end of 2022. Stick around for this video as we highlight some of the price increases that happened on August 1st and how that's an indicator for some sets that will be retiring by the end of this year. You ready? Let's jump into it. You probably already know this, but a bunch of LEGO sets increased in price on Lego.com. I talked about in that video, you can click on the exclamation point in the top corner there. I highlighted a bunch of sets that would be increasing in price, but there were a bunch of sets that actually did not receive a price increase. And I think that's something to note because I'm almost confident it confirms that many of those sets will be retiring here at the end of 2022. We're going to talk about which ones you could pick up for investing and which ones you should grab today before they disappear completely. Just a couple months ago, I mentioned the 10 best LEGO sets that you can invest in that are retiring here at the end of 2022. You can find that video by clicking the exclamation point in the top corner right there. And I think looking at the price increases that happened on August 1st confirms that all but maybe one of these LEGO sets will be retiring here at the end of 2022. The first set that I want to highlight is the Imperial Star Destroyer. That's right, the UCS one that's $700 here in the US did not receive a price increase on August 1st. Now, if you look back on the video where I talked about my top 10 retiring sets for investing here in 2022, I did not mention this LEGO set because I was not confident that it was going to retire. It had been on many speculative retiring lists, but guess what? I think this is all but confirmation that it's going to be retiring because the Republic gunship, the UCS AT-AT, and the UCS Millennium Falcon all received a $50 price increase, and the Imperial Star Destroyer did not. I think that can really confirm that it should be retiring here at the end of the year. It's currently on back order on Lego.com. It's been difficult to find at many retailers, and this might be your last chance to pick it up. So make sure you grab one before it disappears by the end of the year. Investors, if you're looking to invest in this set, I think it's going to be a winner. Now, with a high dollar, large LEGO set like this, to get your return on investment will take a while. One, because the set is really expensive and really large, which means it's going to be really expensive to ship. So for example, when looking at the Imperial Star Destroyer, let's say you buy it for $740 all in with tax. Usually, this set is going to cost at least $30 to $40 to $45 to ship, depending on how far you have to ship it. And if you're selling on eBay or Amazon, the fees are going to be 80 plus. Let's say you sell this LEGO set for $1,000. You're probably not going to make but maybe $100, $110. So that's why I'm always nervous about going really deep on investing in really large UCS sets. Is it possible that in 2 years this set is worth $1,500? Yeah, it's more than possible. Take a look at the UCS Death Star that's now trending at $1,100, $1,200, and $1,300 on the secondary market. There are some UCS sets that are incredible winners. The Slave One, the A-Wing, and the Y-Wing are all up to the $400, $500, and $600 range. This set has the potential to do that, but there's a lot of risk when you drop $740 cash on one specific LEGO set. But still, I think it's going to be great for investors and super important for collectors to pick it up while you still can. This next set actually was on my list of retiring LEGO sets here at the end of 2022 that I'm definitely picking up, and that is the 71040 Disney Castle, the set that's been on the market for 6 or 7 years now, and I think it's been on a speculative retiring list since like 2 years into its life. And guess what? I think it's actually going to leave the market this year. Every other LEGO set that was $200 or more received some sort of price increase on Lego.com, except for the Imperial Star Destroyer, the Disney Castle, the Bugatti Chiron, and the Old Trafford Manchester United Stadium. So I think that's important to know. The Disney Castle did not receive a price increase. I think it's going to retire here at the end of 2022. I also think that it's pretty heavily hoarded because many people have been picking it up over the years and have waiting for it to retire, but I still think it's a winner. If you look at how the Disney train has done, it's already trending at $550 and $600 on the secondary market. The Disney Castle will be a winner, but again, an expensive LEGO set that takes up a ton of space. Hey, before we continue in this list, I would love it if you would love this content, just shoot me a like or a comment below. I love to improve on my videos. I love to hear from you that are interested in content like this. It really helps me understand what kind of content I should be producing here on the Jake's Bricks YouTube channel. Additionally, if you want to pick up these sets, I would love it if you would use my affiliate links in the description below. It gives a small kickback to the Jake's Bricks YouTube channel so I can continue to produce content like this. It costs you nothing. It's just a small percentage back to me, and then I can keep talking about Lego investing, Lego collecting, Lego buying, and Lego reselling. Let's jump back into some sets that did not receive a price increase here on August 1st. Now, another set that I just mentioned is the Bugatti Chiron Lego set. Has been out of stock consistently. It may not even get a restock. Was supposed to retire at the end of 2021. Got extended, but hasn't really ever effectively come back in stock for more than 1 or 2 days at a time. If you have your chance to pick up a Lego Bugatti, pick one up, but it did not receive a price increase. It's definitely going this year, especially with the release of the Ferrari Daytona Lego set. So if you can find yourself one, pick up one of those because it's going to be a surefire winner for the Lego Technic supercar collectors. The other set that I just mentioned was the Old Trafford Manchester United football stadium, soccer stadium, depending on what country you're watching from. This set I don't think is going to be that big of a winner. I think it's confirmed retiring here at the end of 2022. Did not receive a price increase. It's a very limited market, mostly to the European market. There are some football fans that are here in the US, but I don't think this one's going to do great for investing. It doesn't have any minifigures as part of it. It'll be more a very niche collection, and if you're interested for your personal collection, pick one up because it'll probably be retiring here at the end of 2022. For investing, I'm not picking up any. But, you know, I've been wrong in the past, and it could be worth $500 2 years from now. Who knows? But it looks like it's all but confirmed that that stadium will be retiring here at the end of the year. Okay, I have to apologize real quick. When looking on Lego.com, I think I misspoke. I said almost every single Lego set over $200 had received a price increase, except for the Star Destroyer, the Disney Castle, Old Trafford, and maybe there's another stadium. And then I didn't mention the World Map. The World Map is a Lego art set, did not receive a price increase. I do not think this set is retiring here at the end of 2022. I don't think any art sets received a price increase, and that just may be because their production ability for that set didn't get affected as significantly as the other sets that have much more unique pieces than just the one-by-one circle plates that you use. But World Map did not receive a price increase, but I do not think it's retiring here at the end of 2022. This is a notable one. The police station modular building did not receive a price increase. It has been on no one's speculative retiring list here at the end of 2022, so I'm not confident that it's actually going to be retiring. But I think it is significant to note that it did not receive a price increase. I'm surprised that it didn't, considering that the boutique hotel did. So I'm unsure what to make of that. I don't think any modular buildings are actually supposed to retire here at the end of 2022, which blows my mind because they keep making them. Eventually, they're going to have to pull some of them off the shelves. But the police station didn't increase in price. If it does disappear here at the end of 22, I think it's going to be a surefire winner because I don't think anyone suspects that it's going to be retiring. So that one's one to kind of put a question mark by. Keep an eye on it. If we find some discounts toward the end of the year, that might confirm that it might be disappearing here in 2022. But it did not, and I'll definitely keep my eye out on this one here in the next couple months. The NASA Space Shuttle Discovery set, also not on many speculative retiring lists, did not receive a price increase. Another set that if they retired it, I actually wouldn't be surprised. But it wasn't on many lists. I haven't seen it pop up if people think that it's going to be retiring, but it didn't receive a price increase. So that's also something to note. Keep an eye on it. Maybe we'll get a discount here at the end of the year, but you can still pick that one up for $200 on Lego.com. Here's one that I think that I actually mentioned was receiving a price increase and then didn't get a price increase. That was the Land Rover Defender. And originally I was surprised that it was supposed to receive a price increase because I know that this set is almost guaranteed retiring here at the end of the year. And it looks like that's all but confirmed because it did not receive the price increase that was leaked. It is still $200, and because I think it's readily available and has had multiple discounts in its life, is pretty heavily hoarded. You should be able to pick it up around the $150 or $160 range somewhere in Q4. keep an eye on this Lego set. Could be okay for investing. I wouldn't say like definitely buy 5 or 10 of these. I think some collectors like myself that love to build Technic cars and creator cars will want this set. But it definitely is not like a supercar. It's just a normal Land Rover SUV. So the desirability is not as high, but it's definitely good to keep a note on. And I would imagine post-retirement should be worth $250 to $270, somewhere a 1 to 2 years post-retirement. The biggest mistake that I made on my previous list of retiring Lego sets was not mentioning the 1989 Batwing, okay? So the 1989 Batwing is definitely going to retire here at the end of the year. It did not receive a price increase. It has been on many speculative retiring lists. I don't know why I didn't have it on the list, but it looks like it's going to go. And the reason I think this one's going to be incredible for investing are the minifigures. They're super collectible. I think they trend at like $40 to $50 a piece. And the 1989 Batmobile has skyrocketed in price. Now, cars are more attractive and easier to display than the Batwing is. But still, I think this is going to be the cream of the crop when it comes to retiring sets from the Batman line. I would be picking up a couple of these. I actually have none. So I'm going to have to snag a couple while I still can. It should be disappearing sometime here in the next couple months. Pick up this set because I think it's going to do really well post-retirement. I mentioned the Volkswagen T2 camper van on my previous list. I think it's going to do really well post-retirement. I don't think it's heavily hoarded. It did not receive a price increase, all but confirming that it'll likely be retiring here at the 2022 time. So I would pick up a couple if you have a chance. Another one was the buildable Minnie and Mickey Mouse. I think they're really weird looking. I don't like the build experience. I think they're weird to display. I don't know. There's probably some Disney fans out there that are pretty mad at me, but I don't really think this Lego set's going to do that well post-retirement. It's been on a couple speculative retiring lists, but not all of them. It didn't receive a price increase. I wouldn't be surprised if it retires. And it's just not all that great of a Lego set. So I would avoid it for investing. If you love Disney and you love Minnie and Mickey and you want to display it, pick one up, but I'm passing on it. Now, there are some Lego investors out there that think the Imperial Light Cruiser is a surefire winner when it comes to Lego investing. They may not be wrong. The reason that I'm not going too deep on this Lego set is I think it only has 3 unique minifigures, and that's what makes Star Wars sets really collectible. The ship is cool. I think the set is slightly overpriced at $159.99 here in the US. This set will probably do well for investing post-retirement. It did not receive a price increase, so I think it's definitely going to retire here at the end of the year. But because it's available at like every single retailer, I think the stock is going to be really high. And people have been able to pick it up consistently at $124 or $130. I think Prime Day and Target.com had some deals like that. Some of the Lego clearance that's happening at Walmart right now, you can pick this set up really cheap. So I think it's going to be really heavily hoarded. So I'm not going to say it's the best one you could pick up for investing. It might increase in value a little bit. If you want the minifigures, I think Moff Gideon is going to be really collectible. I think he's unique to that set and that set only. I'm not totally certain. If I'm wrong, leave me a comment below. But that's another one to note. Keep an eye on. I did not mention it in my top 10, but I could easily be wrong because there are several Star Wars ships over the years that have just blown up in value and I totally missed out on. Another set that I missed on my top 10 list was the NASA Saturn V. This set's unique. It was originally released like 5 years ago, had a life of like 2.5, 3 years, 2 years. I can't remember what the shelf life was. It retired. It was able to pick them on discount for like $95 towards the end of its life. A lot of people did. I did not because I heard a rumor that they were going to re-release the Lego set. So that set retires at $95. Immediately jumps up to like $180, $190. Dudes are like making out like bad because they've invested in this Lego set, selling them early, quick returns on investment. And then it confirms that it's going to be re-released. So they re-released it with a new box number, exact same number of pieces, exact same Lego set, back at $120. And so there are people that were sitting on the original that still had a bunch, hoping that it would continue to increase in price. And now we're another 2 years into the new set. And I believe because it didn't receive a price increase and it's been on many speculative retiring lists, it will be retiring here at the end of 2022. So I think the investment potential is good. I wouldn't say it's really, really great. Now for price per piece, this has been one of the best Lego sets you can ever buy. The display is amazing. I believe it's like 4 feet tall. It's an incredible Lego set. Will it still increase in value? Definitely. Will it be worth $200 in 2 years? Most likely. If you can pick it up on discount towards the end of its life for anywhere from 90 to 100 bucks, you should do that. But there are a lot of factors that made me hesitant to go really deep on investing in this set because it was a re-released Lego set, and I'm curious to see how it's going to do post-retirement and how flooded the market will be from the original box number and the current box number. So we'll find out, but it's definitely worth keeping an eye out on this Lego set. The Harry and Hermione Buildable Figures Lego set that's $120 did not receive a price increase. It's supposed to retire here at the end of 2022, and I'm going to tell you right now, do not invest in this Lego set. It sat on the shelves at Target for like $95 forever. No one bought any of them. There have been multiple discounts at 50% off, and people are like still hesitant. There's no minifigures that come with the set. I mean, this set is just, it's awful. It's ugly. I don't like it. If you're a Harry Potter fan, you can pick it up. Do not pick it up on Lego.com. I think you can buy it on eBay for like $80 or $90 right now. I just don't think it's going to be great for investing, and unless you can find it at 50 or 60% off, I still would probably pass on this specific set. The 1-2-3 Sesame Street Lego set did not receive a price increase. I think it's going to retire here at the end of 2022. I think that confirms it because I think almost every other Lego Ideas set did receive a price increase, and this one did not. Super important to note, I think this is a surefire winner. The minifigures are choice, and going to be really, really collectible for minifigure collectors, Sesame Street fans, Ideas set fans. So pick up a few of these while you still can. The Ideas sets are awesome, and this one specifically I think is going to do really well post-retirement. So at this point, that leaves us with all the Lego sets that were originally valued under the $100 mark here in the US. So once you get below the $100 mark for all the sets that increased in price, it looks like most of them from like the $80 to $100 range did not receive a price increase. The Creator 3-in-1 pirate ship went up from $100 to $120. But every other set like the Santa's Visit, the Vespa, the T-Rex Breakout, the new Technic Batmobile, the White House architecture set, all of those stayed steady in price, and I think all of those sets are still going to be on the market post 2022, and I don't think any of them are retiring. So we get a little bit more difficult to kind of weed out which ones we are confirmed are going to be retiring if we're using specifically price increases as reference. I think it's a lot easier to highlight some of the higher dollar Lego sets that didn't receive a price increase that all but confirmed they should be disappearing here at the end of 2022. But once we get into the smaller dollar value Lego sets, it's hard to confirm using that specific metric. Again, you can click on that exclamation point in the top corner. I talk about my top 10. I've got the classic TV series Batmobile on there. I've got Thor's new Asgard, the Bad Batch shuttle. I think those are smaller dollar value Lego sets that you can invest in but should do really well post-retirement. Those three did not receive a price increase, but that's not fully indicative that they're going to retire because there's tons of sets under the $100 mark that didn't increase in price. So I'm going to stick it with that list right there. Those are the highlights that I think are important to note. A few sets that I did have on my original list, a few that I didn't have on my list. If you love this type of content where I talk about Lego investing, collecting, buying, and selling, give me a subscribe because I love for you to stay informed on anything I'm talking about Lego related here on the Jake Spricks YouTube channel. Love hanging out with you all. As always, it's Jake from Jake Spricks. Signing off. We'll see you guys.